All right, y'all. We're gonna bring y'all along. We're gonna walk down in the what we call the lower pasture down here. Houses right here. We've got a spot down here that we've got some fruit trees in, and we got our bees in. We got one little blueberry bush that survived a couple of years and a couple of blackberry vines. This year I'm gonna redo everything the way that it's sitting down here. So you're gonna see a before and after picture down here. So y'all come along with us today, all right? All right, this is our one surviving blueberry. It's about 3.5 foot tall. I had several more planted down through here in a row, but things just didn't work out with it. So we'll see. I'm gonna change it up this year. Hey y'all, I told you I'd show you what I'd started, but I'm gonna rearrange what I had. You've seen the one blueberry I had up there. Well, I've actually got some blackberries that I planted 2 years ago down through here, the Arapaho and Apaches. Things happened. I didn't get to do the fertilizing to them. I didn't do the keeping the grass off of them like I needed to. Just some things that happened at work, and I didn't take care of them like I needed to last year. That's going to change. We're going to come through here. I'm going to weed eat. If you see where I'm out here, I have been mowing next to it, but up here where the actual blackberries were at, I didn't. So I'm going to need to weed eat this. If you look down in here, this is one of my vines, one of my canes. And if you notice, I'm getting fresh growth on it right now. I've got some wild blackberries growing in here, and around. And I don't mind the thorns on a wild blackberry. I'll let them go ahead and do what they need to do. But I've got these right here, which are domestic, thornless variety. There's one there. If you look right here, there's another one right here, and it's actually got good growth. It's got fresh leaves on it right there. That's two. I got some more wild growing right there. I got another domestic cane right here. As you see, this cane's looking really good, really strong. To give you a background on them two canes up there, I have a video, I gotta find it, showing me originally planting these. And what I did was, I found some pots that had more than one cane coming up out of them. And if you're careful and you split them carefully, you can make more than one cane. You don't have to plant the whole pot. That's what I look for a lot of times. I look for a pot that's got 2, 3, 4 canes in it, even if they're small. Them two that you just seen that I put my hand on that were like this were actually no bigger than that. They were no bigger than the wild ones that are trying to come in 2 years ago. This year I should have a good growth off of them. That's the reason I'm really concerned about getting in here and do what I need to do. If you see the black material over here on the other side, that's actually lumber wraps for lumber. That the wonderful dog is walking all over. Good bear, yeah, whatever. Anyway, what's going to happen is there's going to be 10 foot between this row here of my blackberries and my blueberries over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to till up my straight row for my blueberries. I'm going to amend it with some peat moss, because when I do the actual blueberries, I'm going to bring y'all along with me, because when I've worked in the garden section, both out in Texas and also here in the garden section of Home Depot, people mainly kill their blueberries because they try to plant them too deep. Or they let grass grow in close to it. Blueberries compete for the same depth of soil that grass does. Blueberry roots grow out more than they grow down. So when you do it, you need to make sure that you mound it in the top and you get your roots spread out flat. I'll bring you along, show you how we're going to do that, but with that being said, I'm going to put that tarp down between there and here. There will be 3 foot coming straight down the middle of each one of these rows where I've got actual weed barrier, which will allow water to go through but won't let weeds come back up. That will go around my plants, both on my blueberries and on my blackberries. This, however, would y'all two stop? He ain't doing nothing to you. This will actually go down and we're going to put mulch over the top of it. I'm not wanting anything to grow in here, because if I can stop all my grass growth in this field, then I don't have to ever worry about it, and I get the weed barrier right up close to it. Blueberries are real bad to put off runners in the ground, and where their roots run out in the late fall, you'll see one pop up. If I could get that, no sir, stop. If I can get that, yes, you're a good boy, but I told you before, I know you just won't play. You can't play with the cats. They don't play like you do. I'm wanting to do that so that as I can collect them and I can see them coming up, I can collect them, transplant them, and make a new plant without actually having more money put into it. But at the same time, I want as much of this grass killed down through here. So, but when I put that down and actually put the mulch over the top of it, stop. I see you. You're just an attention thing, ain't you? Attention, huh? Anyway, would you stop? What? I'm trying to make a video, and you're bombing me. Mom gets baby goats. I get a big black dog. Yes, you're looking at me so intently, ain't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Sorry, that's my boy. Yes, I see you. No, you know not to put your paws on me.
He just wants his YouTube fame like you, Daddy.
You want your YouTube fame? Well, look at Mama. Look at Mama. Look at Mama. Come here. Come here. Come here. Look at Mama. Look at Mama. Sit. Good boy. Good sit. Now look at Mama. Look at Mama. Oh, YouTube fame. YouTube fame. I don't know what kind of YouTube fame you're going to get with me, but okay. 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 That's a grass. That's a grass. Anyway, back to what I was trying to say before you get your paw off me. You know better. Stop. What I was trying to say is I'm going to kill as much grass, but not with a herbicide, just simply blocking it out, okay? And the reason I use the the lumber wrap, I don't pay for them. I get them for free. So it's almost like putting the plastic down when people put tarps down or they put the 6mm vinyl down. I don't have to pay for this. This is something I can get from work. So that's the reason I'm using it to put down here. But when I put the walkways in, I'll bring you back and show you that. But as I showed you, there's one right here that's looking real good. I had one right in here, and it looks like it finally succumbed to the grass. It wasn't doing good. It was one of the smaller ones that I had taken off. This was actually one of the actual things. I'm 6'1". Yeah, that's a good 5 foot tall right there. And you see it's got growth on it all the way up. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to be putting up my wire and my T-post in here to support these canes so that they can come up and do what they need to. But if you look down here, I got another one right here. It's coming on. It's growing like it needs to. This one's trying to in here. The main one on this is not doing so well, but an offshoot of it that popped out actually took off last year, and I try to keep it pushed up. And Dolly, move your butt. And actually she has now grown in here, which means that I'm going to have to wait. Now that she's linked, I'm going to have to wait until this next fall to move this. And what I will do, and I'll bring you back for that, is believe it or not, if you come in here and cut this dead center in the middle, you'll have 2 plants on that, because you've got roots on this end, you've got roots on this end. Canes sometimes get damaged at the top. They'll grow and come on out anyway. So what I'll have to do is I'll actually have to come in here mid-center, cut that cane, and then that'll actually make me 2 really nice canes to get transplanted again. This one here I'm just going to have to leave because it is, yep, it's in the ground. Actually, it has a little one trying to grow out down here, and it ain't very big, but it's little. But still, I'm going to leave it alone. I might get another additional cane popped out of that one. And right here, I knew I had one more cane down here. Here's my other cane. And I know it's still alive. You can see growth up here at the top. But once again, this is one of those canes that literally when I pulled it out of the pot that day and I got down in the weeds and popped it out, it was only like, I might be exaggerating, that big. It's more like probably an inch. It was a little bitty cane. So to see it up that far, I think it's good. I think this year, once I get this grass pulled back from them and get them actually staked where they can stay straight up and do what they need to do, I think we're going to see in the later spring when I bring you back through here a whole lot addition. All right, we're going to walk down here to my bees and then from the bees we're going to turn and come back up. Now on the way to the bees, let me show you what happened to our fruit trees. We had two nice peach trees down here, and I've got other fruit trees around, but I had two peach trees that I put down here. And you see this tree, it looks all pretty, right? Well, that's an offshoot. This was the original tree. Deer got in here and decided that a rutting deer got in here and decided that tree would make a good rub. And he sat here and rubbed my tree until he broke it. Now, I do my best not to put cages around things. I hate to say it, but sometimes when you lose things to Mother Nature, it's just paying her back for what she's paying you and all the kindness and all the stuff that she's given you. I'm not going to cage this up again now that I finally got that offshoot, and I actually have two offshoots here. I got one off the main branch coming up. This was a root that came out and then popped up. Since both of them are doing good, I'm going to try in the winter time this year, since both of these are looking good, and as long as they make it through the summer, I'm going to try to actually separate, because I know they're all together in the root down there. I'm going to try to actually dig this up, cut it straight down the middle, and separate it. There's a way you can do it. I might actually lose both trees doing it, but it's my way of trying to separate it so I can get another peach tree. Now, you've seen the stuff we got from, yeah, don't put your finger in front of the camera. Y'all seen the stuff that we got from Ripley. We're going to go to First Monday again, and we're going to pick up some more trees, because when it's done, I want this entire bottom down here to be filled with fruit trees. We're already on our way. We got two pairs that are up there. We got that peach tree right there, and I have another peach tree right here. If you notice, this peach tree is another offshoot because the main tree got demolished. Why he went for the peach trees, I don't know, because there were several apple trees and several plums. There's some cherries up here. There was other trees. Why he picked the only two peach trees I had down here and demolished them, I don't know, but that's what he did to them. So we're going to go up here and walk down the main part to my tree. We're going to pass the small apple trees that we planted last year. I see buds on the pears, so I know the pears are doing good. Hey baby, we'll come. Alrighty. I'm waiting to see if this one comes out or not. I planted this, it did so through the year, but then I noticed toward the end of the season it was not looking very healthy at all. It was actually kind of looking sickly. But the root is still, I'm pulling on that pretty hard. The root is still there. I'm going to give it time and see if it comes out in late spring. I had a pear that done that to me up there. Laura can tell you about that one, that it did the same thing. It actually died in the middle of summer, and I thought I lost it. But because the root was still solid in the ground and didn't get soft and break off like it normally did, I left it alone. It came out the next year and it has actually grown to be my better of the two trees, has it, baby? So if you come up here, here's another one of our small apple trees. Once again, root's doing good. I'm not seeing any growth on it yet, but because it's good, it's still flexible. It's not brittle. I figure it'll come out. It's just a matter of time waiting on it. Now, with that being said, I'm getting a little bit of growth on these trees. These particular apples are a couple of years older than them. Them were ones we planted last year at that size. These we planted 2 years ago, and they were the same size as they were, and you see how big they are this year. So let's see. Yeah, I'm getting a little growth right here. There's not much coming out on it. I think that last cold snap probably put it all into a slumber, but it's starting to come back out. So, here is one of my two cherry trees, and it is trying to bloom out. Now, this is the second blooming this tree has done this year already, because early in the year it actually bloomed, and I do mean early. We're talking about late December, January, but the problem is then we had 2 or 3 cold snaps and it killed all the blooms. I was worried I was going to lose the whole cherry tree, but as you see, luckily enough, this thing's coming back with blooms all over it. Now this one, okay, this one's got some growth coming in on it, but you can also see where this was the bloom that was already out that got frostbit. So I might not have no fruit off of this one this year. Actually, these look like they're probably dead over here. I'll probably later in the spring, when I start seeing what's alive, what's dead, I'll start actually pruning them back. It's even coming out down here on the bottom. It's even got an offshoot. I got an offshoot coming right there. Now, because cherries are so hard to grow in this part of the world, I'm not going to dig that up and try to divide that offshoot after this year. If it comes up and I get 2 trees growing side by side right here, I'll have to kill one. But if I do that, it's better than losing both trees by digging it up and trying to divide. With the peaches, we have peaches everywhere. Laura can tell you we have to literally search high and low every year to find cherry trees in here. And the reason is because most cherry trees need more cold hours than we have in this part of the United States in North Mississippi. They normally need about 20% more cold hours than what we get here. The ones I've been getting are supposed to be they're supposed to have been grafted and done so that they don't need as many cold hours, since as you're seeing that they're starting to try to bloom and come back out. But at the same time, there's just not that many. I'm running into a thing of not finding that many. So, but as the year goes on, we'll show you all this. The other cherry trees that we got the other day, we're going to come down right in here. I'll have the 2 cherries that I just bought. One will be put here, one will be put there. We have 4 plums that will be planted down here. We got 2 peaches that will be planted on the other side of the peaches, going back up toward the blackberries and blueberries. We're going to get some more. We're going to get some more actual blackberry plants this weekend. We have it in our budget to pick up 5 or 6, depending on what we can get them for. In 3 weeks, when Ripley comes back around, I've not seen blackberries there, but if I find some more blackberries, blueberries, once they get the rabbit eye blueberries that I've got, the premiers and stuff, I've got 3 different varieties, because when you plant blueberries, you really need 3 different varieties of the same rabbit ear. I do premier. I'll look the names up. I forget the 2 others that I've got. I've got them written down on my book. But I've got 3 of those. The main thornless ones that you see that I have down here is Arapaho and Apache. Now Comanche, there's a couple other ones that they have, and I'm thinking about getting some of those. Me and Laura looked at them today, and I'm thinking about getting those and putting them in there. So, but if we get some more this weekend, I get them put out, I'll let you know and I'll bring you along. I know this weekend I'm going to be planting the blueberries and the other fruit trees now that we've got that super hard cold snap gone. I'm actually going to be putting these things in the ground and getting them going for this year. So, and I don't stake my trees. That's one thing, if you've looked, as small as my trees are, when I put them in the ground, I'll show you when I put mine in the ground, I don't do none of the staking to hold it perfectly straight. Nothing in Mother Nature, for the most part, is perfectly straight. As long as it's just not laying down growing, I'm happy and content with it. If it's got a bow or it looks a little off to one side or something, it does not have to stand perfect. I'm not one of those that's going to do that. So, but anyway, that was just a little trip around this side of the farm. Oh, the bees. Come on with me and follow me to check the bees. Here's my baby. You're a attention hog. You're pushing baby out of the way. You're pushing baby out of the way. And of course you had to come in here too, didn't you? Now, you gonna stay back here with Mama so you don't get bit by the bees this time, or are you gonna be dummy and come down with me to get to the bees? Oh, look at that, Mama. That's a pretty sight with him up there. He's looking pretty. Alright, y'all. I'm going to be the one filming the bees, so with me trying to film and getting up close to the bees, y'all have to excuse if I mess the camera up, the angles a little bit with you. And the reason I say that is because Laura doesn't get down here close to them. I don't mind getting close to my bees. If you looked at one of my bee videos I showed from last year, I actually got bit it was like 8 or 10 times on the hand. I had gloves that weren't appropriate. I was just trying to get in there and do what I needed to do, and ended up doing more harm, because once the first bee stung me, they left the pheromone on me and got me stung multiple more times because I had the pheromone on me, and that was my mistake. Had I had the better gloves where they couldn't have got me through it, we wouldn't have had a problem. But I'm going to bring you around here and let you see my bees. So like I said, if I lose frame, don't yell at me too bad, folks. If you heard it pop the camera, that's what they'll do. Bees understand that they'll die when they sting. So a bee will actually pop you with its head to let you know that you've gotten too close. And all it was its way of telling you, now Dolly, you got black on you. You get down here, they're going to get you. And if you keep hearing me talk about black, what you don't realize is, or what some folks don't realize is that's one reason our suits are white when we come to try to get in the thing. Bears, raccoons, things that get into a hive naturally to begin with in the woods, they're all black. So bees have it pre-programmed in their head to attack things that are black. Grizz apparently got his attention straight because he's now over there with Mama. He's not getting close over here. And the reason is because last time he thought he'd do like Dolly did and walk up right with me. And if you didn't realize how close I was within 6 inches when the bees started popping the camera. And that's how good my bees are. One reason they started getting a little aggravated was they could smell the carbon dioxide off of me. And what I'm going to try to do here, I'm going to try to get down here. Now, what I'm going to try to show you is, alright, what I'm going to try to show you is how close I am. I'm right next to the hive. These are how good my bees are. I'm very good in that the guy that we got the bees from, which was Red Belly Bee Farm, you can look him up on Facebook. He's a real good guy. He's probably already sold his bees for this year. He normally sells out a year in advance. So we were lucky last year. He had some folks drop out on some nukes, and we ended up buying entire hives from him, and he moved the nukes over into the hives. So we were actually able to do that. So, but this is how good my bees are. Now that's a black phone. If you've noticed my case this weekend, it's black. That's one reason they popped it like they did, is that it's black. They're just trying to come after what's black. So, but look, I'm gonna also show you some footage. I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you some footage of the front of course, I got another photo bomber. You do not get up there on the hive, baby girl. Come on. Do not get up there on the hive. Sorry, I got a cat that just will not listen to me. She's gonna get the bees aggravated because she's dark colored, and when she does, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna stop this one. I'm gonna flip it around and show you something. All right. Now, what I'm trying to show you is if you look down here, all these are dead bees. They've already taken the bees that didn't survive the winter. Now, every year you're going to lose part of your beehive during the winter. That is just natural. The reason is because they're actually going to pull in close and protect that queen. And so some of the bees that are on the outside of the ball that's in there protecting the queen during the winter will die. So y'all see the bees coming and going. It's a warm day, so we got bees trying to see the protection bee. There, he came out, my drone, he come out and popped the camera. He's just trying to get my black camera back. So, sorry about that. I was trying to move at the right time. But anyway, y'all see, they're trying to do a little housekeeping on the first good warm day we've had. They're bringing in some new nectar to make some honey, but at the same time, they're cleaning up. They're moving old bees that have died out of the hive so ants and stuff don't come in there. When I actually get in here and open this hive up this year, I will show you what's going on in there, and I'll bring you along for that journey. Hey y'all, we appreciate y'all walking down through the lower pasture and looking at the fruit trees and my blackberry canes and my blueberry that's down there, and not counting the blueberries we got at Ripley that I'm gonna plant. Like I said, we'll bring y'all back down and we'll put y'all through it again. Yes, I got a big puppy. I got the big puppy. We'll show y'all some of the improvements that I'm making down there as soon as I get it done this week. But we just wanted to bring you along for a quick jaunt through the thing. When we got back, we decided to walk around the property, check everything out, see how things are doing. And so we just appreciate you walking with us and seeing the pasture where we got our fruit trees and our fruit orchard, whatever you want to call it. I don't really call it an orchard, I just call it a pasture, but it'll be all right. Y'all come on and join us when we do this again. And as always, we say have a blessed day and be safe.